this increase in the amount of games that teams can play?
Yeah, I mean, that's always in the radar of, I think, all the clubs, all the leagues, all the players. I mean, I feel sorry at times for the players, the amount of games they have every year. It's more and more international, more tournaments. But I would say that it's also a good opportunity to see other players. Like, we don't have to see the same players all the time. At times we can rotate, we can give them the opportunity. I'm big on that. That also creates good competition among the team. Sometimes you're able to see in the real game with high expectations of players that maybe you are not maybe thinking in that starting position, and then they surprise you, and then they come back here. So it's always good opportunity for you as coach to have those games and just put players in those situations.
What about for Mexican clubs? I mean, you played for two massive clubs in Mexico. This is including, you're going to get the smaller clubs in Mexico coming over here too for that tournament. What have you seen as far as the reaction from the Mexican side? And what is your opinion?
Well, I would say it's positive. Most of the clubs I've been, some of them, sometimes they call me, hey, can we get a game here and there, a friendly game, and they are always aware of what's going on in MLS. So I would say it is good for both sides. Again, yes, I agree with the schedule. We have to be mindful of that, but I would say it is exciting for both fans. I think the fans are growing and growing in both countries, and it's a great competition. The unlimited rivalry is growing too, national team, league, so it's getting better. And I believe that this is going to also make the whole area to improve, because many Central American, South American players are coming to the US or coming to Mexico, and then we can also help them to improve, which is something that for me has to be important. We need to think also in Guatemala, in Honduras, in El Salvador, and see how they can grow, so we all grow as the north part of the continent. So that's going to be good for everyone, I think.
Who else was here watching training? I saw those. Go ahead.
Yeah, there were some guests that we had, some coaches from our youth system. They do clinics with kids, and they asked permission to watch the session, and so I obviously allow them. For me, it's open doors, and I want them to feel part of it, and then obviously I try just to do kind of Q&A with them and see if they have a couple of questions. Very good questions. I was surprised by the quality of their questions, and it was a good experience.
Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Which one? There were many. There were many games.
Final,
I went to the game for the second team to watch Atlanta 2. I went to the stadium. Then obviously I went quickly to my home to watch Sounders. Obviously I watched that one. Frustrating. I mean, I felt that they had a better hand, and they were after the 1-0. There was a chance maybe for Raul to score a goal. The post one play before, he can pass maybe the ball to Christian. Probably he didn't see it, and there were a couple of situations where Sounders could have scored the second goal, and then the changes for Leon, and they changed the game, and then they were all over Stephen Fry's box, and they created those chances, and they won. What I would like to say, and it's a big shout for my good friend and mentor is Brian, is what I'm always happy for him, is he can make the team competitive in any part of the game. So you saw the 3-1, how the team tried to score the second goal, even the last 2 minutes, and they scored the second goal, and then Raul had another chance that we were all, yes, be in. And that part of Brian Schmetzer's teams never surrender, never quit. That for me is massively, because maybe this time they didn't get it, but probably in another final they get it. They get enough time to go for it, and that's the mentality that Brian brings to the team. So congrats to Brian. I think he did a fantastic job, and congrats to the team also. They did great in this tournament, and probably next time for them.
Anything else, Coach?
Sí, claro.
En este partido, ¿qué esperas de Philadelphia?
¿Qué espero? Bueno, un equipo muy dinámico, que juega muy bien con su estructura en 4-4-2 en diamante, que tiene jugadores que son rápidos, explosivos, que cubren mucho terreno, su mediocentro que creo que tiene una gran capacidad para cubrir terreno solo. Después el muchacho alemán, que se me olvidó su nombre, perdón, pero el muchacho alemán que juega por izquierda, que es Wagner, sí, que creo que tiene una grandísima dinámica también, que puede correr de adentro hacia afuera, de afuera hacia adentro, presiona muy bien. Entonces, creo que será muy importante tener para nosotros la posesión de la pelota bajo presión. Y eso fue casi que el tema en esta semana, cómo podemos tener la pelota cuando estamos bajo presión. Entonces, creo que ahí estará el juego, quién puede sostener más el balón en esos momentos, y yo creo que si sostenemos el balón en ciertos momentos de presión, vamos a ser capaces de encontrar a personas libres a espaldas de sus mediocampistas, y ojalá que eso pueda abrir el juego para nosotros. Si no somos capaces de retener el balón, seguramente será una noche larga. Entonces, ahí estará yo creo que la clave del próximo partido.
Coach, Mo mentioned the importance of these next 3 games, especially playing opponents who are kind of close to you in the table. What is your message to the team, especially after getting 9 out of 9 points in these last 3 games?
Yeah, my message was we have done nothing yet, and let's be hopeful. That was the main message. It's very common in football that you have a good run, and then you feel like, yes, everything's going to be the same, and I don't need to run, I don't need to chase, I don't need to press, I don't need to connect my passes, just because I'm so good. And that's not the mentality I want from the team. I want them to build out of good week, out of a good mood, good locker room, good vibes. Out of that, be even better, and try to be even better. So it's going to be a big challenge. It won't be easy at all. I mean, Philadelphia away, Miami will be hurt, and we'll be looking for revenge, coming here, trying to make a complicated game. They have very good attacking players. I mean, Higuain, Pizarro. I mean, they have quality. So if we are sloppy, if we are not concentrated, we are going to suffer. And so, especially playing away, and then we go to Montreal, which is not easy at all. So it's massively important that we remain humble, working hard, training hard, pressing, do all the little things that we've been doing, just to continue with these good performances.
Has it been a good week of training?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Yes.
Were you satisfied with today's training as well?
I was satisfied. Yesterday was a heavy session. You didn't watch it, but it was a heavy session. The numbers were a bit higher than we expected, so the players are performing higher, and we start to see a little bit of adaptation to our methodology, I would say. So more intense training sessions, and they are adapting better, they are recovering better. So the data indicates that. So today they were a little bit sloppy at times, which is normal. After when they are a little bit fatigued, they are a little sloppy, but the ideas were there. So that's my reflection of today's session. Maybe it wasn't sharp, but the ideas of how we want to attack were there. And hopefully in the match, when they are fresh, we're going to perform.
When you say the
One or two
numbers,
more, go ahead.
when you say the numbers, are you referring to the data that
Yes.
track? Okay.
Yes, the data. We have Ryan, which is the head of our sports science department. It's fantastic. It's amazing what he does with numbers, how he analyzes the game, and I'm very happy with his approach to our training sessions. And I would say that we have to read that data and take decisions based on that.
And so, has Miles Robinson gotten back to the level that you wanted after resting him last week?
Yes, he's been training full. He's been great. He's very motivated, I would say, very motivated after that little break. And hopefully he's sharp and he performs at the higher level.
Yeah, that's